Okay, ערב טוב, בשביל מורה רבותיי, this learning should be הצלחה לכל ישראל חי בעולם, שמירו יתרה לחיילי צבא הגנת ישראל, וגם כל החטופים והאסורים יחזרו לביתם בשלום בעזרת השם. נמשיך רפואה שלמה לכל חולי ישראל. Okay, we continue with the third parak for the ones who just joined. I know some people are watching the videos. Baruch Hashem, Mr. Satar is recording. Okay, so far,
Zoom.
yes, it's on. So far, we said that Yehoshuah sent the Meragelim. They went to Rahav's house in Jericho. They came back, they reported, and this is the day after they reported, right? Yehoshuah told them 3 days of Hachanah, that 3 days was after the 30 days of Evel Moshe. וישכם יהושע פרק ג' פסוק א' וישכם יהושע בבוקר. Yehoshuah got up early in the morning, ויסעו מהשיטים ויבואו עד הירדן. They traveled from Shittim and they came to Yarden. Parashat Maseh, right, we know 42 Masot, if you count them it's 41. Where's the 42nd one? Is right here. It's the 42nd stops that they had. This is Shittim, from Shittim, and then after Shittim they find themselves. After that we go straight to Eretz Yisrael, to the other side of the river. So if you count, next time you count Parashat Maseh, that counts only 42 supposedly, but if you count them, there are 41. That's the 42nd from Shittim to Eretz Yisrael.
تو پارشا مسه میگن چلو یک دفعه ترابل کرد. اینم چلو دومیشه.
این چلو دومیشه. That's it. The last stop, basically. Ad Yarden, they went all the way to the Yarden. הוא וכל בני ישראל, Yehoshuah himself and all the בני ישראל, וילון שם טרם יעברו. So they rested there before they crossed the river. So Moshe said 3 good habits from here we see, right? By Yashkem, waking up in the morning, so they didn't travel at night.
Just like Abraham Avinu.
We're going to get there too. One of the things that we said, Kitov, the Gemara says, Le'olam yisa adam beKitov. Whenever you want to travel in Kitov. What is Kitov? First time we see in Torah Kitov is
Creation.
Creation. Right? So when it was day, Hashem said it Kitov. So that's what the expression in the Gemara is. You should always travel during the morning, not at night, which is putting yourself in more danger at night. And by Ashkem, like we said, it's Zariz. If you have to do something, you have mitzvah, you have to be Zariz. You have to do it quickly, not wait until later. That's one of the reasons that the Brit Milah, they do first thing in the morning, right? That we learn from Abraham. First thing in the morning. Any mitzvah comes to your hand, you have to do it quickly. So that's the third one that they learn from this, which is very, very hard to find in the pasuk. It says, "Daven." Yehoshuah davened before going. So where do we see this? I think because it says Vayashkem, and we connect it to Yashkem Abraham, Vayamot, and En Amida ela Tefillah. So Abraham, he established Shachrit, which is early in the morning. He woke up in the early morning. So Vayashkem, it says here also. I think that's the connection. So these are the third habits that we learn from this one pasuk. Okay, before going, we are just learning in Masechet.
וישכם בבוקר, اینا همه این چیزا از این ستا میاد.
از این یاد.
יימח שמו בלעמם, אונם זוג.
اونم برای چیکار باید, right? So we're learning in Masechet Berachot. It says, anyone that wakes up in the morning and davens first before taking care of work and other things, Hashem make him masliach. That means you want siyada dishmaya. First thing you do, don't go to your business first. First, daven. Some people, okay, I go do this, that, and then daven. No. First thing you have to do in the morning, go daven. That makes sense also. You have to, ask your bakashot, talk to Hashem first, then go do your other things. Okay. This goes back to the 3 days of preparation. So we are by the end of the 3 days of preparation. Vayavru hashitim hashotrim bekerev hamachane. The shotrim, the police, basically, they passed through the machane. Basically, Yehoshuah told this shotrim to go talk to the people and tell them what? Vayasevu et ha'am lemor, they ordered the people and said, Kirotchem et Aaron bereit Hashem Elokechem. When you see the Aaron of Berit, Aaron that the Luchot were in it, when you see the Aaron, V'hakohanim Levim nosim oto, and the Kohanim Levim, they carrying it, Atem tisu mimokechem. You go, you follow it basically. You get up from your place, V'halachtem acharav, and go after the Aaron. And some say the minhag that we scored the Torah comes from here. V'halachtem acharav. And it comes in the Sefarim that people, when you see Sefer Torah going towards Echal, you have to
Take 3 steps.
You have to follow it a little bit, right? That's it. So that's what comes from here. Alachtem acharav. Another thing we learn from this pasuk, right? It says, when you see the Aaron, you go after it. Right? What does it mean? It says Aaron was made from gold and wood, physical things. But we know that Aaron was something very special. Didn't take any space. He said that when they put Aaron in the Kodesh HaKodashim, didn't take any space. When they measured it from, let's say it was 20 amma, right? From this side, the whole Kodesh HaKodashim, let's say, was 20 amma. And then you measure from Aaron to the end was 10 amma, to this side of Aaron to the other end was 10 amma. So they didn't take any space.
I
Right?
don't understand.
Measurements didn't make sense. It's above physicality.
Yeah, the Aaron, Gemara says Aaron doesn't take any space. Let's say Kodesh Kodesh, from here, at the end of the room to the end of the room is 20 amma. Now you put the Aaron in the middle, right?
So
No.
you have 5 amma here, 5 amma there.
No, so
No, it's the
now
same size as the
it was
room.
10 amma from here, 10 amma from the other side. It didn't make sense.
Oh.
When they measured, it didn't make sense, right? As if the Aaron is not taking any space. Something spiritual. Or Aaron was very heavy, right? But we know people carried it very easily, and
It was hovering.
some Mefarshim said, we'll get to that also, some Mefarshim said, the ones who were in the front, they were facing the Aaron, walking backwards. If something heavy, so the Aaron, even though it's supposed to be very heavy, was not heavy at all. It was like it was carrying.
They were facing forward, but the arrow was moving them
They
backward.
were facing the Aaron. It's not nice to put your back to the Aaron. We always imagine 4 people are carrying the Aaron, right?
Yes, yes.
2 are facing it, 2 are back. They're back to it. That's the way normal is.
Yeah.
But the Mefarshim say no, it cannot be like they put their back to the Aaron.
So they were facing each
They're
other.
facing each other. They're facing the Aaron. So the ones in the front have to walk backwards. How is it possible? The Aaron was carrying them. So basically, what is it teaching you? Physical, but not physical. Everything is like spiritual.
Beyond
So it says, until now you were under influence of miracles, nothing, you didn't have to do anything. Now you go to Eretz Israel, you have to plan, you have to work, do physical things, but don't think it's all physical. You have to do, everything comes spiritually also. It looks physical, but still has spiritual powers. Hashem gives the bracha, and still we are above the nature.
Yes.
Look at today. No one can touch it, even if it doesn't make sense. But no one can touch this. We are above the nature. Hashem is treating us, even though we're doing physical things, but still above it. So that's what halachtem acharav. You always think this way, that you go follow the ways of Aaron. That even though you're doing physical things, you have to realize that we are above the nature. Hashem is
in control.
Hashem is controlling everything. Yeah. אך רחוק יהיה ביניכם ובינו, so ביניו כתיב, but we read it בינו, right? So what is it teaching you? ביניו means plural. בינו is we're reading singular. So that means there were two Aaron. One was the Aaron HaKodesh, the other one Yosef.
Bones of Yosef?
The bones of Yosef, yes, the Aaron of Yosef was also going. Why? Because we know the famous parasha that it says, Vayar Hayam Vayanos, when Moshe opened the sea, like the Red Sea. He didn't want to open up, but it says, Vayar Hayam Vayanos. Mara, the famous parasha says, Asmod Yosef. The angel of sea didn't want to open up the sea for Moshe, for when Bnei Israel did it. He said, why should I open for you? Right? But it says, the Midrash says, Vayar Hayam Vayanos. We read it in Halal. What did he see? Asmod Yosef. He showed him, here is Yosef. Okay, run away.
Because
open that. Why? Because he went against nature. Right? Since he went against nature, the ocean also went against nature. Here also we want the garden to go against nature. The garden also has to split. Right? Going against nature, so we need Asmod Yosef to go ahead.
At this point, did Aharon put the man and the jar and put it in the Aron?
Yes, was kept there. It was somewhere in they used to put it in the Mishkan next to Aaron, not inside Aaron.
از بینخم یاد میگیریم که دو تا چیز بوده.
دو تا
not بینخم. بینخم و بیנו. بیנו is plural. Right? بیנו is singular. Okay? كألپیم اما. So 2000 اما بمیدان. Right? So Rashi says it's hinting the 2000 amma of the Shabbat home that was told لما أشتدوا مصاب before that كألپיים amma gives a couple of explanations. One of them is that Yericho is going to be captured on Shabbat. He's giving them a hint that Yericho is going to be captured on Shabbat. This Shabbat, this is, right? Okay. That means when they were going around the Yericho, even on Shabbat, they had to go. אל תקרבו אליו למען אשר תדעו את הדרך אשר, it says, don't get close to the Aaron, so you should know this הדרך אשר תלכו בה, this road that you're going in it, כי לא עברתם בדרך מתמול שלשום. What does that mean? Means you never went this way before. That means today what we're doing is different than any other day. Okay, so there were two differences. One of them is what? That Kohanim are carrying the Aaron. Right? So Vayomer Yehoshuah, look at the next passage. Vayomer Yehoshuah, העם התקדשו מאחד השם ונקרא בלכם, ויאמר יהושע אל לכהנים למורשהו את הארון. Right? Pasuk Vav. So here, one of the differences is the Kohanim are carrying the Aaron.
Usually it was Levim.
Levim, right? Al-Katef, you saw in the Torah, it says says Levim has to carry it. So why Kohanim? Now we have a whole big machloket, Rambam, that what is going on here. Rambam says it's mitzvah on Kohanim to carry the Aaron, even though we see in Midbar, the Levim is carrying it. Remember, Korach was one of the ones that was carrying it. Okay? But Rambam said the mitzvah is on Kohanim. So why did Hashem give it in the Midbar to Leviim? Because there were not enough Kohanim. Who was Kohanim? Aaron and his two children. Right? So basically, not enough Kohanim. He gave it to Leviim. That's Rambam. Rambam strongly argues with him and he says, Khalil Allah, okay, you want to tell me you changed the law? Right? Hashem would change the law in the middle, the mitzvah in the middle. So Rambam says that it says in the Masechet Sotah that 3 places the Kohanim carried this. Right? These are 3 exceptions. It's not that it was Kohanim. Why Masechet Sotah says B'shalosha makomot, 3 places the Kohanim carried it. One of them is here, crossing the sea. The other one when they went around Jericho. And the third one that Kohanim carried was when they were bringing Aaron back to Beit HaMikdash when Shlomo built it, to put it in Kodesh HaKodashim. Okay, so crossing the Yarden, that's our pasuk, right? Our perek. Next one is when they're going around Jericho, you'll see it says the Kohanim are carrying Aaron. And the third one is when they were putting it back in its own or place in Kodesh HaKodashim, when after the Shlomo built the Beit HaMikdash, right? Okay, so Ramban argues with Rambam and says the mitzvah is for Leviim. When Hashem gave this mitzvah, He gave it to the Leviim to do it. These places were exceptional. Why exceptional? Brisker Rav explains. Brisker Rav says, he wants to answer between the two, Rambam and Rambam. He says, the Leviim had the mitzvah to carry Mishkan. And Aaron was one of the vessels of the Mishkan. Right? The whole Mishkan, who carried? Leviim. So this was one of them. So whenever you had to carry Mishkan, they were carrying this. Right? Leviim carried. But here, you don't have to go with the Mishkan. Here is the going, it's going to ahead. Right? Or usually Mishkan was going in the middle.
Protection?
Right?
To protect it?
First couple of the Galim would go, right?
Who would go?
Couple of the Galim, Degel. And then Mishkan, then it was right in the middle. Here is going ahead.
دیگل 12 شباطیم جلو راه میرفت یعنی
نه هر شبتی دیگل خودش داشت. هر دیگلی مثلا چند دو تا شبت باش بود. 4 تا دیگلی داشتیم. Okay, so here that Aaron has to go in the front to open up the river Yarden or Jericho, that we need only Aaron, we don't need Mishkan to go around. Those are the places that or Beit HaMikdash that already we're not carrying the Mishkan to Beit HaMikdash, we are carrying. So those given to Kohanim, those are the exceptions. Otherwise, when they carry a Mishkan, who carries the Leviim? And Aaron is part of the Mishkan.
بخواد
Baruchim Abayim.
بخیم ابراهیم
Very good. I didn't know this. Very good lesson.
Baruch Hashem, yes. Okay, that's the answer to this question. Okay, so we see now 2 differences here. One was instead of going in the middle, Aaron was going in the front. The other, instead of Leviim, Kohanim were carrying it. 2 differences.
And this was the only time you went in the front, in the front, or other times you went in the front also.
As long as they were in the midbar, this was the Aaron was in the middle, like was with the Mishkan. There's a pasuk in the Torah that says that Aaron used to go in the front to clear the road for them, but there are Mefarshim that said there were two Aaron, one was with the
One was
Shivrei
Yosef's.
Luchot, one.
اگه شیوه خودتو همه رو توی یه جا نذاشتن توی یه ارون نذاشتن
بعدن گذاشتنش تو یک. Yes. Okay. ויאמר, we are up to pasuk Hey. ויאמר יהושע אל העם התקדשו, prepare yourself, sanctify yourself, right? כי מחר יעשה השם בקרבכם נפלאות. So we see there are differences between crossing the river, the drying the water of the river, and Yam Suf. Yam Suf, they didn't know it was going to split or not. Here, clearly, it's telling him telling everyone in advance, it's going to split.
It wasn't a surprise.
We're going to see, yeah. So we're going to see more differences. One of the differences is what here, right? That Yehoshuah telling them in advance that it's going to split for you. You don't have to worry that like Yam Suf that they didn't know what's going to
But
happen.
no one was chasing them. This is just
That's
crossing
another
over.
اما
difference. That's
یام
right.
سوف که اسپلیت کرد اون موقع مشه ربی بود
Okay, here is Yehoshuah. Here is Yehoshuah.
آها.
So
الان یاردن رو میخواد
we want to see the differences. Yehoshuah یردن رو میخواد split کنه.
حالا میخواد یردن رو اسپلیت اون موقع چیز اسپلیت
Yam Suf.
That was the Red Sea.
That's it. Okay. Yam Suf بود اینجا یردن.
مگه یهوشوا هم یردن اسپلیت کرد
Yes, الان بدن بهش دست دار پرک. Yeah.
They're crossing the Jordan River now, right? They're
Yes,
crossing out. This
that's
is the
what
Jordan River.
it's happening right now. He's telling him we're going.
The one Moshe Rabbeinu stood was down by Egypt. This is by Jordan. This is north.
This is crossing the river, going to Eretz Israel. How they cross it? He's going to make it dry, and they're going to go.
آب میره بالا.
بله. به همه اینا میرسیم. Okay. ויאמר Okay. Where were you up to? Okay. ויאמر יהושע אל הכהנים לאמור. See the כהנים. שאו את אהרון ברית. אהרון הברית. Carry the אהרון הברית ועברו לפני העם. Go in front of the nation. וייסעו את אהרון הברית וילכו לפני העם. פסוק זין. Okay, they carried it and they went in front. ויאמר השם אל יהושע היום הזה אכל גדלך בעיני כל ישראל. Today, Hashem telling Yehoshuah, today I'm going to start to bring your greatness in the eyes of all the Bnei Israel, right? Until now, they're looking at that, and Yehoshuah said, you're not compared to...
شاگردش بوده.
Yeah, you're not compared to Moshe. That is شاگرد اولش هم نبوده. He was the one that clearing the tables, this, that. Okay, now Hashem said, they're going to believe in you the same way they believe in Moshe. The same way after the split of the sea, it says, Hashem Moshe Avdo. Here also, I'm going to do the same to you. ואשר ידעו כאשר הייתי עם משה אהיה עמך. People will know that the same way I was in Moshe, I'm going to be with you. Right? From here and on, Hashem is telling him that I'm going to be with you like Moshe. That means from now on, you don't need even to tell him, Vayomer Hashem this and this. Whatever you say, they know automatically that Hashem said. Right?
Was
Higher level of prophecy.
Was Yehoshuah married at this point to Rachav?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
And was Rachav نرسیدنش.
No, I'm just making sure. Because I know we went back and forth.
Yeah.
It started off and then we went back.
She's still in Canaan, in Jericho.
She's still in the wall.
Yeah. I know they're going to go there and they're going to get her. They're going to go capture, they save her, they don't kill her. Okay. ואתה תסווה את הכהנים נושא אהרון הברית לאמור בבואכם אל כסא מי הירדן. So Hashem is telling Yehoshuah, go order the kohanim that carry the Aaron Habrit, tell them when they come to the edge of the Meha river, the water of the Meha Yarden, sir, water of the Yarden, be Yarden ta'amudu. Go stand in Yarden. What does it mean? When you come to the edge, go in the Yarden, that means go a little bit in the water, put your feet.
Get wet.
Yeah, go a little bit. stand in the water of the river. Okay. Vayomer Yehoshuah, it's very exciting situation. It's like Hashem is telling them exactly what to do. Vayomer Yehoshuah el Bnei Israel, Geshu hena. So Yehoshuah telling the Bnei Israel, come close. How many Jews we have here? At least like 3 million, right?
3 million?
How much of you come close to me? They're all right next to him. Rashi says, under the poles of the Aaron. You see one of the another miracle that you see the poles of the Aaron. Aaron چقدر بوده? One
You
and a
said
half
20,
amma.
right? You said 20 inches?
1.5 amma. The feet. So the two poles sticking out. Everybody fit under the two poles. Impossible to understand. Right? Kishan.
پاسور نیست مثلا ما میگم ما زیر امبرلای ربی موشه
خیلی اگه بره خیلی بالا هم زیرشه.
Okay.
چون که تو درگاه من نیستش که من این پایین
اسمتون اوریاله. اوریالا بالا.
اوریالا خیلی بالا.
I'm telling you. Don't underestimate.
ربی موشه اون بالا
اوریالا بالا.
ازیاد نکن.
ملأخی.
ملأخ. کشونا. Here. لسمسم. ات کلام بین شنه بده اران. Right? He said, he fit everybody under the two poles of Aaron. זה אחד מן המקומות שהחזיק מעט את המרובה. This is one of the places that we see that the little place, right, fit a lot of people. One of the, we saw that the Jews in Israel used to say it every year also, Yom HaKippurim. עומדים זקופים, משתחררים רחבים. When they were bowing down, they were standing like sardines in Beit HaMikdash, right? People, millions of people standing there. When they want to bow down, everybody has 400 khashang. Right?
Stretch.
Small space fits a lot of people.
That's what they call it, Eretz V.
Oh, that's right. So here also, here, Geshu hena. So why he did it this way? What do we need this miracle? He wants to show all of them that you are one. Right? The power of going to Eretz Yisrael is Yahdut. You have Yahdut, right? You go to Eretz Yisrael. The same way when they got the Torah, it says, Belev echad keish echad. Right? That was when they got the Torah. That was the zechut. If the Mefarshim say, if one person would not say Naaseh v'nishma, would say, oh no, I don't care, Hashem wouldn't give the Torah.
Hashem
wouldn't give the Torah. Right? Everyone said Naaseh v'nishma belev echad keish echad.
At the same time.
That's it. Yahdut, that's the power. He's telling them here, you see all of your feet under this, you're all one. We all one, like one body. Ma'amer Yehoshuah bezot ted'u. With this you should know. Right? What is with this we should know? Ki el chai bekirvechem. That Hashem is within you. Right?
چون که همشون به هم اومدن at one time. That's why he's saying that Hashem is within you, because everyone understood it in one shot.
That was for Yahdut. That is Yud, Pasuk Yud. What I want to explain here is that Yehoshuah telling them with this miracle that Hashem is going to do, you will know that who is controlling the world is Hashem. It was not Moshe, right? You guys thought, oh, all these miracles Moshe is doing. Now that Moshe is gone, we are desperate, we don't know what to do. So no, it wasn't because of Moshe. That's why it says, when case of Meragelim, it says, what did the Caleb do? Vayahas Caleb etam el Moshe. They told them, oh, don't think it's Moshe, oh, Moshe cannot win. It's Hashem, it's not Moshe. You have to know who is, okay, Moshe is great. Right, it's perfect that Hashem gave us such a big Navi. But what? Who is the ultimate thing that you have to look for, that is going to help us? Hashem. So Yehoshuah said, you see, Moshe is dead now. That's what they do. Now you see, Hashem is going to do big miracles also, even after Moshe is dead. And Moshe is gone. So that's, you see, it's all Hashem. Everything comes from Hashem.
اما خب الان تو این جنریشن همه میریکلای موشه رو ندیدن، فقط شنیدن دربارش.
Yes.
ولی دیدن وقتی آب اسپلیت شد همه دنیا دید.
همه دنیا دیدن. این جنریشن بعدیه، اینا ندیده بودن.
مگه ندیدن مان؟ مگه ندیدن Clouds of Glory؟
نه اونا مردن.
They didn't cross over yet. حتما که دیدن.
Rabbi.
The people from 20 to 60, they were all, by now, they were all gone.
But they didn't eat the man, the new ones? The new people didn't eat the
They
man?
still have one, yeah.
There you go. They see it.
They had one until they went in the society.
They have the Clouds of Glory.
This is the 10th of Nisan, until 14th of Nisan, they had one.
هنوز لباساشون پاک بود، تمیز بود، لباساشون با خودشون رشد میکرد. That's a miracle.
All the miracles, 4 years in Midbar. نه 4 years in Midbar پس چجوری نبزرگ شدن؟ با میرکل بزرگ شدن. That's it. Even the ones that born, imagine the ones that born in Midbar, تمام زندگیشون با میرکل بزرگ شدن.
They were used to it.
Anything else.
They were used to it.
You get used to it. It says the same way you plant a seed, a tree comes, right? People say, "Wow, no, it's
That's true.
That's a miracle. Why? Okay, if you put a dead person and all of a sudden a live person comes from the ground, which is Techiyat Mashiach, that whole, because we're not used to it. But for Hashem is all the same. The same thing for Hashem. Adam بیاد ببین. Okay. בזאת תדעו כי השם כן בקרבכם והורש יוריש מפניכם את הכנעני ואת החיתי ואת החיבי ואת הפריזי ואת הגירשי והאמורי והיבוסי. And Hashem is going to kick all these 7 nations out from in front of you. הנה אהרון ברית אדון כל הארץ. Now here a new word comes here. Adon kol haaretz. Where else do we see Adon? It says Shalosh Pa'amim B'Shana in the Torah. Shalosh Pa'amim B'Shana Yirei Kol Zechorcha Et Penei HaAdon. Right? Hashem. What does Adon mean over there? What does it teaches you? Hashem is master of that. Hashem is giving you a promise over there that you go Shalosh Regalim, no one's going to touch your items. Adon. I'm the master of the world. I take care of your things. Here now they're doing Aliyah for the first time. They're going to Eretz Israel. That's what it says. Adon kol haaretz. Don't worry. Hashem is protecting you. Hashem is master of the world. He's controlling the whole land. Okay. So it says. כנוח כנפות רגלי כהנים מנושא אהרון השם אדון כל הארץ במי הירדן, when they put their feet inside the water of the Yarden, so they had to go a little bit in. מי הירדן יקרטון, the water of the river of Yarden is going to be cut off where they put the feet. That water is going to stop right there. Now the other water that is going is going to continue flowing to the ocean, but this water that was coming basically going to stop and building like a pillar. והמים היורדים מלמעלה יעמדו נד אחד. The water that coming from the top, they're going to go like a pillar, like a one pillar. Right? The Gemara says that every water that was coming, the water keeps coming, it keeps building up on top of each other, going up and up until it was such a high pillar that the nations from far they saw it. When the nation went from their from the tent, they went to the Yarden. והכהנים, נושא ארון ברית לפני העם, and the Kohanim that they were carrying the Aaron, they were in front of the arm. וכבור נושא Aaron at the Yarden, when the carriers of Aaron, those Kohanim that were carrying Aaron, they came to the Yarden, ברגלי הכהנים נושא Aaron, נטפלו בקצה המים, once they dipped their feet in the edge of the water of this Kohanim. Only Kohanim were there at the beginning, right? The Kohanim going in the front, they dip their feet in the water, והירדן מלא כל גדותיו, the river, don't think the river had little water. It says the river was full, all the banks, up to the bank of the river was full. Month of Nisan, right? Rainy season was a lot of water in the river. Kol yemei kasir, even the whole summer it says was full. Kal v'chomer now that Nisan was completely full. Vayamdu hamayim hayordim milamala, and the waters that they were coming from the top, they stopped. Kamu nedechad, they became one pillar, going straight up, right? Harchek me'ot, very high. Me'adam ha'ir asher misad Sartan, from the Adam, it says is the name of a town that was from the side of it, was very far from Adam, from civilization basically. It was in the middle of nowhere. From the town that is in the side of the Sartan, that's the name of the town. Vahayordim, and what about the water that was already in the river? Al Hayam Araba Yam HaMelech Tamu. Right, the ones that they were going down towards the ocean, towards the Yam HaMelech, they finished when Nichratu, and they got cut, and it got cut off. Basically, the river got cut off. Va'am Avru Neged Yericho, and the nation passed through the Yericho. So imagine they right by the river. Kohanim put their feet in the water. The upper water stops and keep going upwards, like a wall going straight up. And the water that was already in the river continued going until the river was completely dry. And now, the exciting moment is the people are passing through the river, which is already became dry. ויעמדו הכהנים נושא ארון ברית השם בחרביו בתוך הירדן. Now the Kohanim that is standing there, they're carrying Aaron, they're standing in the dry land inside the Yarden. Right? They put their feet in the water, but now the water became dry. They're standing there. Hachen securely, all Israel עוברים בחרבה, all the Jewish people are passing through in the dry land עד אשר תמו כל הגוי לעבור את הירדן. Right, until all the nation passed Yarden, we see that all the Jewish people went first, and Yehoshuah was the last one to go after everybody else. Why? He wanted for people not to be scared, to know that no one is going to be left behind. I'm going to stay like a captain of the ship. I'm going to stay until the last one is gone, then I go. Right? So this is the end of the Perek. Question comes that why didn't they say Shira once they passed the Yeremot when they, another difference between this and the splitting of Yam Suf was what? Moshe said Shira. How come here they didn't say Shira? Right? One of you mentioned it. Over the usually Shira, this is a Nes. On the Nes, it says, it makes a bracha. You make a bracha if someone knows the place, right? Baruch she'asa nisim le'avotenu b'makom hazeh. But to create a shira has to be something that saved your life, right? Over there, the Misrim, the Egyptians were about to kill them, right? Their life was in danger. Right? Same thing with Hanukkah, with Purim, and that's why we say Hallel those days. Yeah, the extra Shira is what? For saving our life. I mean, Purim, they say the Megillah is Hallel. We don't say Hallel, the Megillah. But basically, Shira you say when your life is saved. Here was part of their journey. Right? It wasn't like no one was following them. It was just part of their journey. Okay, we stop here, but Bezrat Hashem, we continue on Wednesday, 8:15 sharp, the fourth parak. Baruch Hashem, לעולם, אמן ואמן.
כבוד הרב, תעריפים בזרה.